I spit venom, lyrically inject wisdom in them with 1,000 cc's or on one contract spinning. God willing, I keep it from the cap.
Hey everybody, it's Gregg Cockrell. I'm here to tell you about some exciting news from the record label Jingle Rock Music, John Kleiman's label that has all kind of great artists and things happening. And one of those things that's happening that I want to tell you about today is an exciting rap artist out of Indianapolis by the name of Chris Elslager. And Chris is nice enough to join me this afternoon. How are you, Chris?
Well, I'm doing good. It's good to be here. Thank you for your time.
It's really nice to meet you. I'm just getting to know you by the two singles you've released so far, and it's pretty impressive, man. You've done some good work. You obviously have some talent to do this thing called rap music, which is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, it's just been a long time in the making. Something we all did back in the day. It's been years in the making, kind of knocking the dust off all this stuff and just trying to get the word out there. It's kind of a different vibe, different feeling of music. It's a little different than what's played today, I think, just because it's just so time stamped. But it might be brand new again. So we'll just, kind of roll with it and see what happens.
Yeah, well, a lot of work, in this genre, I think is kind of timeless, because it speaks about issues that are still with us. Let's face it, some of those issues you're rapping about haven't gone away.
Right.
I heard one single of yours, which people can see on YouTube right now, called "I Might Be." That's a really fine piece of work. But your new single, which is called "Relentless," is going to drop next week, or actually April the 5th, I should say, on John's label, Jingle Rock Music. And that's a really strong piece of work, too. I know a lot of rap music is it's so personal and autobiographical. Is that the way you're singing about your life here, aren't you?
Yeah. I went through a lot of, like everybody does, kind of personal dark times, and music has always talked to me. There's a lot of creativity in my family, my close family, my cousins and stuff. I mean, from just art in any form, paint, music, ice sculpting, just you name it. And music's just always talked to me. Yeah, it's all stuff I've kind of experienced personally, the people I was around, the environment I was in. Not that it was all bad, but it's true. It's true to heart. I kind of, if I even have the opportunity to touch just the common man or woman, just normal people that have to go to work every day and just struggle like most people have to do. It's nice to just be able to have just the opportunity to have the platform to where you might be able to be heard, maybe affect somebody in a positive manner.
Yeah, that's very powerful thing to be able to do. What was you're from Indianapolis? You grew up in that area. What was it like growing up there? What kind of music were you into? Did your friends, would you guys go to clubs and concerts? What kind of stuff did you listen to growing up?
My music started when I was probably, to my memory, in 5th or 6th grade. I've been waking up at 5 a.m. since I was like 6 years old. Mm-hmm. And I would wake up to my grandfather playing country music.
Okay.
And I didn't like it too much.
Yeah.
And, nothing wrong with it. And then I would go camping and fishing with the family and stuff. They'd be listening to AC/DC, Led Zeppelin. So it would kind of open that door.
Yeah.
And just over time, I used to write just a lot of poetry for school. Mm-hmm. And I've always drawn. Like I'm not an artist. Other people would call me an artist, but I've just always drawn. I always tried to express some sort of building blocks for creativity. And I think in 6th grade, I stumbled across an NWA tape. And that led up to listening to this music on the radio, which back then it was like Crisscross, Naughty by Nature. But what I would do, I had a dual cassette tape player, and I would put a blank tape in on the left side and record that song off the radio. But on the right side, I would put in a blank tape, and I would play the other one back and record myself memorizing the words and doing it over it.
Sure.
And then I'm like, I started feeling something from it. And I had already been writing short stories for school, and poetry. And I kind of spent a lot of time by myself once I went back to the house, once the neighborhood games were done.
Mhm.
And it just kind of turned into, fast forward to where, early, late teens. And everybody was freestyling, everybody's rapping that I was around. It was just that kind of mood. It was that kind of environment, and it felt natural and it felt good. And I just felt like I could express myself, because I went through hard times like everybody does.
Sure.
But I always thought that music kind of talked to me, and it kind of helped me escape from what I was going through and who I was supposed to be,
Yeah.
or who I was, or whatever. And it was really a gateway.
Yeah, a lot of us can identify with that for sure.
Yeah, music is powerful. Music is medication.
Yeah.
Music is therapy, and
Yeah.
it really is. And I've just never really stopped, and had this chance, years ago to get into a real studio and do some stuff. And that's what kind of I'm trying to release now. But I'm really just lucky that I'm even able to even do this interview. But man, there's a lot to say. A lot of artists and stuff they're just unheard.
Yeah.
They're just regular common. Some of the best music is made in basements
Yes.
and garages.
It's
And
not easy, is it? It's not easy to break out, be heard, and
no, it is not easy, but
yeah.
it is possible. Anything is possible if you keep at it long enough.
Oh, I totally believe that. And well, look, your new single is called Relentless. That's a pretty good way to think about it. You've obviously you've not given up. You've been a bit relentless about this. And, I tell you one thing, you've got some good people with this record label, John Kleiman's label. You'll have Wolf Entertainment distributing this, Helmut Wolf. You've got some good people
Right.
behind you. So maybe this is your time. Everybody's got their time. Maybe this is yours, man.
Yeah, we'll see. There's things coming in the future, and we're just going to let this snowball roll. We just started pushing it, but
Yeah. Well, you've had some good critical recognition in the past. I mean, you've won rap competitions. You've opened for big name stars, and that must have been good. Other people have looked at you and seen your work and said, "Hey, man, this guy's got some talent." That must have been encouraging.
it was terrifyingly encouraging.
Yeah.
I opened for one show. I think I did 3 or 4 songs for Dolomite
Yeah.
on the southeast side of Indianapolis, back when he was still around and doing his comedy tour.
Mhm.
And kind of that door opened another door that opened another door, and it kind of got put on the back burner. But I think now, it just, like you said, it might just be that time.
Yeah.
And
Well, I heard you were in a rap competition that was that you won, that was judged by Common.
yeah,
Right.
Colin was there. This was, man,
Wow.
what year was it? It was like at a fairgrounds. I won a talent contest
That's fantastic.
for doing "I Might Be."
Oh, really?
The first song that was
Yeah.
put out, because I
I
always
really like
thought
that song. It's a great song.
always thought it was one of my stronger ones. But
Yeah. Yeah.
there's other strong ones. But
Yeah.
yeah, I met him and we talked briefly, and then the major hip hop station at that time, for Indianapolis, the head DJ was there. I talked to him and I tried to push my album onto him, and things just kind of fell to the wayside. But I've still, I've always just been doing creative stuff, and just got to keep on pushing, man.
Yeah, you really do.
You never know.
Timing is everything, and you can never predict when the time is going to be right. And this just might be it. What do you're going to release this new song, Relentless, in just a few days? And what do you think about the future here? Have you got anything else in the bank there that you're thinking of releasing after that?
Yeah, there's going to be a few more coming. Hopefully, at least 3 more, but I can't really decide that.
Right.
But that's just from what's already there. Now there's been other, as they say, there's more rounds in the chamber.
Yeah,
And, you
that's
know,
a good way to
they're
put
going
it.
to come in time.
That's a good way to put it.
They're going to come in time.
Well, I can't tell you enough how much I really am impressed by your talent. I would really like to encourage people to go to YouTube to check out your first song, "I Might Be." I totally agree. That's a really powerful piece of work. But I think your new single that's going to drop here in about a week is a strong piece of work too. The production in the studio was really excellent. What did you personally have to do with that? That was just some nice work.
I write all my music, all my lyrics are all mine. I don't bite off anybody else's talent. And at the time, that particular track, I was in a studio with an individual, and it was his equipment, it was his music. And I'm sorry, not his music, but he was running the boards, and
Yeah.
but it was my idea.
Mhm.
Like, put this here, I want this to sound like that. And then a fallout had occurred, like it often does in the beginning of any journey. And I had access to my own personal, I guess, recording equipment and software. And so that's why I'm so personal with these particular songs, at least these 4 or 5 that people are going to be able to hear, because I created that. And the only other artist that comes to mind that did that kind of on his own, and I know there's more, but Prince did the same thing.
Mhm.
And I am by no means comparing myself to Prince,
Right, but you still.
but it's possible for anybody to do anything. You have to get lucky here and there. The right person has to see you or hear it.
Yeah.
But anything is possible, and you
Yeah.
got to keep striving after it. You can't stop.
You're absolutely right. You got anything's possible. You can't stop. You got to be relentless. But you also have to have some talent too, and you do. I can't think of a more perfect title to introduce you to the world in this song, "Relentless." That's kind of says it all about you, because you seem like you're pretty determined, and you make your own luck, man. You make your own timing. The harder you work, you make something happen. Look, you're working with John Kleiman and Helmut Wolf. You've just taken a big step forward right there.
Yeah, one of many steps that are still going to come.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
I
am
tell
my
you, man,
own worst critic. So
I can't wish you enough good fortune, and I hope that one day before too long we can get back together and talk about some of your new music, because I think you're going to really get some attention and have some success with this. I believe in you, man. You're gonna be good at this.
well, thank you. Been doing it for a long time, and maybe
Yeah.
maybe people will be able to hear it eventually. Finally, and just see.
You know
what they
how it
think
is.
about it.
You stay relentless at something for years and years and years and years, and then all of a sudden you're an overnight success.
I kind of see it as, it seems like a long time ago I threw a penny in a wishing well. I
Yeah.
walked away from it, and then somebody's like, "Hey, that's a shiny penny. I'm gonna check that one out." And then here I am.
That's a great way to put it, man. You got away with words, Chris.
That's real. I mean, anybody can do that. Any artist in any fashion that has any. If you think you're good at something, don't ever tell yourself you're great, because once you hit that peak, you have nowhere to go but down.
Oh man, you got the right attitude, Chris.
I'm trying, man.
Well, it was really nice to meet you. I'm proud to know you, and I wish you some great success, and I hope we get to talk again in the future.
Thank you, sir. And I look forward to it as well.
Take care, my friend.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Feelings filling me with new visions. Damn, I'm twisted, running through the rain. Camouflage, 45 drawn, drowning from the pain. Gasping for my last breath, but I'ma walk these dogs into the last sip with no regrets.